Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dissect the hidden stories within company filings. And today we are looking at ASP Isotopes Inc, or Aspi, a company that seems to be quietly building up its nuclear fuels game. Have you ever wondered how companies make big moves, especially in complex industries like nuclear energy? Well, Aspi might just have given us a peek behind the curtain, and it involves a significant acquisition aimed at tackling nuclear waste. This filing isn't about a booming quarter, but rather a strategic step that could reshape their future. Before we dive in, if you like getting the real scoop without the corporate jargon, make sure you are subscribed, and if you want to connect with other like-minded folks and discuss these filings in real time, our Discord community is linked in the description below. Alright, so what is the big news here with Isotopes Incorporated? They are a company based in Delaware, and they have a ticker symbol ASPI now. This particular report, a Form 8K, isn't your typical quarterly financial report. Think of it as a special announcement, a way for companies to tell the public about important events that happen between those regular reports. And the date of this report is the 23rd of October, 2025. The main story here revolves around a subsidiary of ASP Isotopes called Quantum Leap Energy LLC. This subsidiary is all about advanced nuclear fuels, and they are really focused on the entire nuclear fuel cycle. What they've done is completed the purchase of certain assets. We are talking about assets from a company called 137 Incorporated. This move is specifically aimed at developing solutions for processing nuclear waste. Now, why is this a big deal? Nuclear waste processing is a massive challenge, and if Quantum Leap Energy can develop effective solutions here, it is not just good for the company, but potentially for the entire sector. This acquisition is really about building capabilities. They are not just buying equipment, but likely technology expertise, and maybe even patents that will help them tackle this complex problem. It is a strategic play to position themselves as leaders in a crucial, and let's be honest, somewhat difficult part of the nuclear industry. For those interested in the more traditional corporate details, even in this special report, Aspi does have its common stock, with a par value of $0.01 trading under the symbol Aspi on the Nasdaq stock market LLC. This just tells us that the company is publicly traded and subject to these kinds of disclosures. One interesting point is that ASP Isotopes self-identifies as an emerging growth company. This means they are subject to certain regulatory provisions that might allow them a bit more flexibility in how they report their financial information, especially regarding new accounting standards. This is a common status for smaller growing companies. Now, let's talk about the filings themselves. This report, an 8K, doesn't contain extensive financial tables like a 10Q or 10K. Those reports are packed with balance sheets, income statements, and cash flow statements that give us a deep dive into the company's financial health. However, this filing points us to an exhibit, which is essentially an attached document. The most important piece of information here is the press release that is attached. This is where the company elaborates on the acquisition. While we don't have the detailed financials in this specific document, the press release tells us about the strategic intent. They are investing in a company that deals with advanced nuclear fuels and waste processing. This signals their long-term vision clearly. They are not just interested in producing isotopes, but in becoming a more comprehensive player in the nuclear fuel lifecycle. And then there is this technical file, the cover page interactive data file. This is part of the regulatory process where companies file their reports in a standardized format that computers can easily read and process. It is important for regulatory oversight and transparency, but not something that typically offers investor insights in itself beyond confirming the filing details. Finally, at the end of the report, we have the signatures. This is where authorized individuals confirm that the information provided is true and correct to the best of their knowledge. In this case, Donald G. Ainscow, who holds a significant role as Executive Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary, has signed off on this filing, underscoring the official nature of the announcement. So, let's decode what this all means. ASP Isotopes Incorporated, through its subsidiary Quantum Leap Energy, is making a deliberate move into the nuclear waste processing sector. This isn't about a sudden surge in quarterly profits, but a long-term play. The nuclear industry faces immense challenges with waste management, and companies that can offer viable, scalable solutions will be in high demand. This acquisition suggests that ISP Isotopes sees a significant opportunity here and is investing to build that capability. The risk, of course, is just as significant as the opportunity. Nuclear waste processing is technologically complex and heavily regulated. Success will depend on whether Quantum Leap Energy can truly innovate and navigate the regulatory landscape. If they succeed, they could become a vital player in the nuclear lifecycle. If not, It could be a costly strategic misstep. In my opinion, this filing signals a company with ambition, looking to diversify and capitalize on a critical societal need. It is a move for the long haul, and investors should watch how Quantum Leap Energy develops these new assets. It is not a flashy financial report, but it is a story about strategic positioning in a high-impact industry. Alright, that is our breakdown of Aspi's latest filing. What is your take on this strategic acquisition and what it signals for the future of nuclear waste management? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive was helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more analyses like this. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for more insights and discussions. Thanks for watching, see you next time.